Hi, it's me, Joyce. Just talking, just singing, and coming from my favorite place in the whole apartment, which is a very small apartment. But it's my favorite space right now, and I thought I'd come to you from it, my little boho sanctuary. I won't call it my bedroom; it's my sanctuary. Anyway, it's just the way I like it. Lots of color and everything, and we really should have what we want to have in life. As long as we're not. The old saying goes, as long as you're not hurting anybody. And of course, I don't think I'm hurting anybody with all this color, but a lot of times we do what we think others want us to do. Wearing the clothes other people wear, and pleasing others instead of pleasing ourselves. And yes, of course, there is a point where we have to, not be, of course, egocentric, self-centered, narcissistic, whatever, be a jerk, don't be a jerk. But there are a lot of times when people just say, you know what, I don't know. Should I be like someone else? Like our rabbi at the shul just posted a wonderful video, and I'll put the link to it down in the description box. I won't tell you the story, but it basically is, like about not being what others expect us to be, and not to compare ourselves with others, and that's very important. That's one point of this video, so that will be in the description box. Of course, it's fabulously wonderful. He does these, inspiring hope videos. Must watch. But today is a very special day. I'm going to talk about my grandmother, my Memere Laviolette, who was. I have a mother. I had, my mother, Irene. Laviolette was her maiden name, and of course, my mom was a wonderful person and a very good mother, a creative mother. Gave me a lot of artistic inspiration as well. I have to thank her so much for where I am. But my Memere Laviolette raised me. I mean, my mom and dad went off to work, and I was with my Memere Laviolette, and she was just the best for me, and she loved me so much. My gosh. Anyway. Today is the anniversary of her death, February 6th, on the secular calendar, and today I remember her, and I'm wearing one of her rings. It's a costume jewelry ring, but we used to really love, and I'm also wearing it, of course, with my beautiful Kim Smiley cuff. This is the Sappho cuff, by the way. A little side note, and I'll put a link for that as well. Valentine's Day is coming up, and doesn't matter if it's Valentine's, any day. It's a day to buy yourself something lovely. And certainly I would go for one of these, at least. She also makes other beautiful things. Anyway, and I also want to say that I'm wearing my friend Roz Magani's earrings. She's also a wonderful designer, and she gave me these before she left for Israel. We exchanged gifts. It was COVID. It was a drop over at the Beth Shalom synagogue in the parking lot. Like, we exchanged gifts. And it was like, Shalom. She went off to Israel. She's wonderful. She's a makeup artist, and she's doing some wonderful work, creative work in Israel. They need her there. Anyway, so here I go digressing. But creativity was very big in my grandmother's life. Memere Laviolette, she loved to paint. I remember her sitting there with her canvas boards and painting her beautiful flowers that she used to love in oils. And I sadly don't have any of that artwork anymore. And that's a shame. There are a couple of paintings I really loved, and they went by the wayside through so many moves. And she was also great at making clothes. She used to make me all kinds of clothes as a kid. She made my mother's wardrobe when she was younger, but my grandmother was a master pattern maker. She could take a piece of newspaper and snip, 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 cut it out, and she would come up with the most wonderful designs. And and I had a lot of little dresses, and of course they had matching drawstring bags always, because she always had some material left over, so she'd she pulled together a little drawstring bag for me, which was very charming. But then everybody knew it was a homemade dress. But that's okay. It was a pretty dress. That's okay. So, but my Memere Laviolette taught me a lot of things, and I remember her today, and it's just so sad, to think about her. She was 77 when she passed, and she had septicemia, from actually tubes that had plaque still in them in the hospital. And she went there to have, she's just having an infusion because she had angina, so she was having blood thinners or something put into her, and she ended up contracting septicemia, and eventually, kidneys failed, and she died. I think too young, but we all have an expiry date, right? Marked on us. So when we go, we go. We have to make the most of our lives. And my Memere Laviolette had her own style. She didn't look at whatever other people were wearing. She did her own thing. Now, she wasn't a bizarre dresser. Like, I can be a little bit bizarre sometimes, but she always used to, because she was tall like me, she always used to add a little bit of lace onto the bottom of her clothing. And actually, hang on a second, I just have to get this because I did the same thing on a shirt. So my grandmother used to do what I did with this shirt, because we're both tall women, and sometimes things were too short. So she used to add a little bit of lace. And I used to say, Memere, why are you adding that lace to it? The shirt looks so nice the way it is. But then I came across the same problem. So now I add a little bit of lace to the bottom of my shirts. I think it looks rather cute. I know my daughter-in-law says, oh, you have such a nice modern top. Oh, but you did your thing, right? I said, yeah, I did my thing, which is my grandmother's thing too. So, she was wonderful, and a wonderful cook, and creative and loving. And she used to take me all kinds of places, and including the movie theater, where she worked as the box office lady. And then when she was finished at the box office, she'd go and work behind the candy bar at the Elmdale Theater, and also at the Capitol Theater in Ottawa. And I used to go on Saturdays and spend my time there, eating her popcorn or peanuts. I like peanuts. And I would sit there and watch movies all Saturday afternoon, and then she'd bring me home. And it was a wonderful time with my grandmother. And she also used to take us down to the market in Ottawa. And I'm very sad, actually, by what the truckers, not all the truckers, but the riotous, aggressive ones, the ones I would call, I won't call a name, but the more destructive ones in the group who were protesting, they went down to Saslow's. We used to go to Saslow's. My grandmother used to take me down to the market, to La Pointe's Fish, all kinds of places we used to go to shop for our groceries. And they actually spray painted the whole front of Saslow's. This is a place that's over 100 years old and serving the people of Ottawa, where I'm from, for all those years, have such disrespect for other people's property. It's just amazing to me. And I have no respect for these people. None. Zero tolerance. And I hope they catch them and fine them. Charge them. Because a lot of damage was done in Ottawa by people who, my beloved hometown and my beloved market, where I went with my grandmother, and have so many beautiful memories with. So, you're protesting, think about other people, not just yourselves. And that's the point of things too, with the whole thing about comparing too. We need to not be so selfish, not say, well, get on that bandwagon. It's too easy to get on a bandwagon and act like a jerk. Don't be a jerk, as I said before. And we won't go on about it, because I'm sure people have their own opinions about this protest. I certainly do. Everyone has a right to protest. I'm glad they went there. I think it's great. They said their piece. They're now in Toronto, saying their piece, and let's keep it peaceful when you are saying your piece. Your PIEC, be at PEACE. That's the PIECE, yeah. PEACE. PCE. Yeah. Please, there's a way to do this, way to go about this to be heard. Because the other way you won't be heard. Anyway, so Memere, I'm thinking about you today. I know you're with me because we are all souls. We're souls. And my Memere is not dead. She's living in Shemayim. And I know she's my protector. And she looks at me and she takes care of me. Because every time I do something like this, I know it's at her suggestion. Why don't you put some lace around that? It's a little short. Okay. Which I did. And I'm wearing her beautiful ring. And by the way, when we we got this ring. I remember when she purchased this ring. We used to go on day trips from on Sundays from Ottawa. We used to go to the reservations, the First Nations reservations, and go into the trading posts and pick up all kinds of beautiful jewelry like this, and we used to love it. We had some the wooden totem poles at home. We loved it. We used to go to and buy things from the trading post. It was a lot of fun. And I also used to go picking flowers with my Memere Laviolette. We used to go picking flowers on a Sunday. Just stop by the road and pick absolute armfuls of brown-eyed Susans. Just all kinds of things. So I love flowers. She loved gardening. She was a great gardener. My Memere and my Pepere Laviolette. So I learned gardening from her, art, dressmaking, love of great costume jewelry, cooking. She taught me a lot. I learned a lot at her knee. Thank you, Memere. And I remember you today. So I always sing a song. And here's my song for song. There's 3 songs actually, and they come from a time my grandmother also used to play the piano. Did I mention that? She played the piano, and she had these old music books, and in these books were old songs, like from the gay 90s, especially, and from another time completely. So, the references to it are kind of, modern for them and ancient for now. So here are my 3 songs that I'm going to sing for you. Okay, and they're all from this songbook because I used to look at them. She used to play them. Okay. Come, Josephine, in my flying machine, going up we go, flying so high like a bird in the sky. In the air we go, there we go, up, a little bit higher. Oh my, the world is on fire. Come, Josephine, in my flying machine, going up, away, goodbye. I don't want to play in your yard. I don't like you anymore. You'll be sorry when you see me sliding down my cellar door. You can't holler down my rain barrel. You can't climb my apple tree. 'Cause I don't want to play in your yard if you won't be nice to me. And I need someone to sing this one too. Hello, Pierre. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow, bow wow. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow, bow wow. I've got a little cat, meow, and I'm very fond of that, meow. But I'd rather rap a bow wow wow. Woof. Pierre's always so much fun. He's my bow wow. Bow wow. Had him since I was 8. You know Pierre. Everyone knows Pierre. He's a superstar. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today on Joyce. Just talking, just singing, just reminiscing, and remembering my darling, wonderful, sweet Memere Laviolette. And her name was Alice Eleanor. And I was actually named after her, Eleanor. Believe it or not, that's on my birth certificate. Another long story. Anyway, take care. Have a lovely week. And remember, if you're saying your piece, be at peace. 42. Take care. Have a wonderful week.